boys, Jane, and welcome to another replay cast. Today we're looking at the game in the T30 on Prokhorovka. So the 9.14 is out, and this is probably the last replay from 9.13 that is worth putting up on YouTube. And full disclaimer here, this probably is the luckiest game I've ever played in a T30 regarding on where my single shots go. And also, obviously, this matchmaking is pretty insane for me. No Artie, a lot of TDs in their team, and I am driving a T30 in Prokhorovka, so pretty much everything falling in places for me here, and let's see what we can do here. I'm gonna pick the middle of the map to start things off with. Could have gone to the left, but I think the faster I get on the middle and get my binos up, the better chances I have to shoot somebody. I can also overpeak because nobody really ever checks this side or the middle of the map right away. And let's start the show here with this IS-3. Pretty good shot for me. I mean, it's not greatest you could ever get, but it was pretty solid. It wasn't even that lucky to do damage there, but yeah, pretty solid start for me. A good spot and a penetration to start things off with here. The T30 on the other side going full ham. The WZ is doing really good spotting for us, so I'm gonna try to abuse that and shoot this T30 if I can. I do get spotted, so I don't want to stick around and aim here in case of 704 is camping on the rails and so on. So I take an unaimed shot and it does do damage, so we move up to 1400, well, almost 1500 damage done already. This position is generally pretty bad. You have a lot of angles you have to be aware of that can shoot you. The back of the rails is a really crucial one. First of all, the J1, K1 area on an elevated ground can shoot you quite easily, and the second position you need to be aware of is the H7 kind of area where they usually camp on the rails, and there's not really much you can do about it. Now, pretty bad timing for me here. Can't really get the shot in time on this lava. I'll try anyways, but it's likely that he's gonna get either unspotted or something like that. That shot went absolutely nowhere near, so sadly we don't pick up another shot there, even though it was quite an easy one on the side of the lava, but we just peeked and well, we relocated in a bad time. That's all it really was, so we didn't get to do damage there. So now I relocate a bit to the left. It doesn't really change anything. The only real difference that can be made here is that the hill can shoot me easier if they are actually on the top and peeking, but it seems that they're not, so as far as I'm concerned, this position is fully safe from the left side, so I can just peek the right and the middle and see what kind of hurt I can bring to these guys. Conqueror is also not the greatest position ever, but I'm not gonna peek that high. That would be pretty stupid to do that, so we fall back and probably gonna regroup here. The IS-3 thought I'm not looking, but I am, and I do take another completely unaimed shot just to prove the point that accuracy in this game is completely irrelevant stat, and it's really all comes down to luck at the end. But a really lucky shot on my part there. Did roll low, but it doesn't really matter as he died. We did take the 390, but I'm completely fine with taking 390 damage for 2.3k. We're gonna end up just fine when damage done, and if that is the case. And now I am spotted, I know that, but I do want to get a shot in here, so hey, let's not aim again and hit our shot, because you know, accuracy is completely irrelevant. And that is the glorious thing about this game. Like, in 2015, at the start of 2015, when Wargaming decided to nerf accuracy after they buffed it like half a year ago, that was like literally, that was the sign of the fact that they have literally no fucking clue what they're fucking doing with their game. Because in a game where you actually try to push esports, you have to have accuracy as an actual good value that represents the tank's capabilities. It clearly does not involve the tanks. I mean, sure, the difference between 0.3 accuracy and 0.4 accuracy is like minimal. Like seriously, the best accuracy E50M, like such sick accuracy. The amount of times where I missed like E100's turrets sideways from like 350 to 400 meters are just way too high. It should never happen, but yet it does. So I think that accuracy in this game is just presented extremely poorly, and it should be reversed to what it was before they nerfed it last time, and if not even improved even more. tanks that are small, that have a lot of armor, aka all the Russian tanks, benefit from generally having bad accuracy on all the vehicles, and that's really what's happening. Not like any of the German tanks actually benefit from having the good accuracy. They benefit from the Russians being able to auto pen them no matter what angle they shoot them in. Like the Tiger 2, for instance, is a great example on this, where the frontal plate of a Tiger is an auto pen for IS-3 unless it's like really badly angled. So yeah, that one shot, like this one shot that was like literally the easiest one to make out of all of these, obviously misses the target. So we ended up backing up once again. So what I'm trying to say here is that accuracy isn't like good enough on its own, and it needs to be buffed to a level it was before 2015, if not even buffed further, where the 0.3 guns are literally laser, and the difference between the laser guns, like the guns like an E50M where you have fucking 20% worse DPM on the tanks that have 0.4 accuracy, that difference should also be actually meaningful in accuracy, you know? But in this game at the moment it clearly is not, and that's why the tanks that are the most accurate actually struggle a lot with being competitive, just because of the way how accuracy works in the game at the moment. But anyways, we nailed the Conqueror once again. Pretty nice rolls on him, at least almost 1650 in 2 shots. That's pretty damn good there. And we know that the IS-3 is camping rails, which kind of prevents us from playing more aggressively. This T32 is overpeaking this by a lot, and the E75 exactly the same. So we want to avoid that. We don't really want to die here. We could blind shoot here if we really want to, but there's no... Well, he could be anywhere is pretty much what you can take away from this. Also, the Jagdtiger has easy shots on these guys, it seems, so I don't know why our team is trying so hard to throw their tanks away here, but they are, and we just need to wait for the Jagdtiger to pick up the ST1, which he does, and now it's pretty much open season for us if any of them want to push up the 1, 2, 3 line. It depends on what kind of spotting they have there, but we should be able to deal with that reasonably quickly. No, the Jagdtiger is asking for help, and I'm obviously looking that way, but you know me, I'm a greedy piece of shit, and if IS-3 gets spotted on the left, I'm gonna aim for the IS-3. It didn't really have to do this. I mean, it's not a bad shot, and I can aim it fully, and he doesn't seem to be able to... Well, he didn't move until I fired, and then, of course, Russia's super strong Tier 8 heavy tank armor easily bounces 270 pen, because fuck you and your shitty fucking American 180 or whatever the fuck this penetration even is. Now the 704 gets tracked, which gives us an easy shot into his side, and luckily for us we pen it, and now the Leuven is kind of stuck there on his own. Well, the Jagdtiger is there as well. Look at that sick hit point buff. I mean, the Jagdtiger is so much better now, like insane how much more punishment it can take. Like, look at this guy, like, well done. Like, this is excellent buff, exactly what TDs needed. Just give them more hit points so the rest of the enemy team can farm more hit points. And also, funny thing here, so T30, and you would imagine my viewership guess is 370, and I'm using binos, and I have a pretty decent crew here. And yeah, I'm against an IS-3, and guess who's gonna get spotted first? Of course, it's gonna be me. Yeah. Look at that. And it's obviously not the mods that's spotting me. This guy might have, but how the fuck did I not spot him back is beyond me. Like, seriously. What the fuck, game? I had an easiest spot on him, like, for 200 meters, and yet I spotted him, if I was even my spotting, like, 250 meters away from me. Like, how the fuck does that work with 370 meter view range? That's such bullshit. It's unreal. And we do pick up the last IS-3 to bring justice to that one shot that bounced, and that is game over for us here. And here is the end plate. Ace Tanker, 4,459 experience earned. High caliber, 7,240 damage done, 2,115 assisted. Not a very interesting game, particularly just like really lucky shots that hit that granted me this pretty sick amount of damage. But at the same time, I mean, I upload videos nowadays every day, so you got to expect these kind of games that you can't really take anything away from them. Like, you can't really learn anything from a game like that. I was just lucky to spawn in that matchmaking with no RD in a T30 on that map, and that really all there is to it. I did play aggressively like you should when you're top tier in a tank like that, but yeah, not a too exciting game. But the 9.14 is out, and I'm gonna start doing videos on that from the next week, and I hope you see you guys there.